So it's a maximum size field of 26 starters. And off the pole, the defending national champion Simon Hunter, but he gets jumped off the start around the outside by Bradley Tyrrell. First time we've seen Bradley Tyrrell running in the heavy class. We're used to seeing Bradley running in the Yamaha lights class, and he's been there or thereabouts at national titles for so many years. As his problems further back, that's 5, spearing off the track. Ray White from Marlborough in the Arrow chassis, and already Bradley Tyrrell with a pretty handy lead. Very fast racetrack here at the Marlborough Kart Club, but also very, very bumpy, and kart setup is all important to try and get the maximum grip around this track. End of lap number 1. Tyrrell quickly looks over his head, chased by the current national champ, Simon Hunter. Hunter racing out of Christchurch in the Techno chassis, looking for his 3rd consecutive New Zealand Senior Yamaha Heavy title. Here's the stranded number 5 of Ray White off the edge of the track. Off the hairpin, trying to get the good run using all of the track. Simon Hunter with the right rear up over the curb. Go back to the 35. That is Shane Boot from Nelson. Racing out of the Christchurch Kart Club in the Cosmic chassis. He's been right in there all over the weekend. Going back through the qualifying and the heats, and Hunter has dominated. He has not been beaten all weekend. He top qualified. Won heats 1 and 2 and the pre-final to put him off the pole for the all-important final with a CIK format. The New Zealand title comes down to 1 race and 1 race only. We just caught a glimpse there as Simon Hunter's gone through to the lead. He's gone by Tyrrell. We just caught a glimpse there of another yellow plate, and that's the number 2 of Stuart Marshall from Mount Wellington and Auckland. For the last 2 seasons, Hunter and Marshall have gone at it for the New Zealand title. Marshall hasn't been too far away this weekend, and he's starting to make some forward gains already, as it's Simon Hunter now with the race lead. 17 laps, the all-important 1 race to win for the national championship for senior Yamaha Heavy, and there's battles right through this field. There's Marshall in the yellow number 2. Just in behind him is the 19, Tony Partridge from Christchurch. Partridge running the CRG chassis, so there's a fair few different chassis up inside the top half dozen. There's a nice pass, kart 22, Mark Colbeck from Christchurch, another Techno driver. Lots of South Islanders with the New Zealand title down in the South Island this year. You would expect that. One of the bigger classes of the weekend, Stewie Marshall. He's changed to an Arrow chassis this season. He has been running the Intrepid chassis for the last couple of seasons, as he attaches himself now to the exhaust pipe of Shane Boot. There goes Partridge. Another yellow plate just in behind him, and that's the current 3NZ Aaron Cunningham from Mount Wellington and Auckland. He is running an Intrepid chassis. And some problems down there at the hairpin. The 22 and 35 get together. Colbeck and Shane Boot, the 2 Christchurch club mates. And Colbeck's race is over. He's up against the fence as they make the drop down the hill. Lots of elevation changes on this racetrack. Just under a kilometre long. It's one of New Zealand's, if not New Zealand's, longest racetracks, 0.93 of a kilometre. And we're seeing lap times in the mid-42, low 43-second range, average lap speeds of around 78 to 79 kilometres an hour. So a very technical, very fast racetrack, as Aaron Cunningham now starting to make his presence felt. 22 trying to get back up and running. Mark Colbeck, pretty fast part of the racetrack to try and get back up and restarted. In behind Cunningham now is the 40 of Nick Oswald from Mount Wellington and Auckland. So he's fought his way through this grid, off the start, longest race of the weekend. The 2 heats are typically shorter with a CIK format, few more laps for the pre-final. And the longest lap distance of the weekend is the final race under the CIK format. The 2008 New Zealand Sprint Championships from the Marlborough Kart Club in Blenheim. Kart 95, that is Michael Kaiser from the Taranaki. Over the last year or so, we've been used to seeing Michael running in the 125 shifter classes. His younger brother is the current New Zealand KZ2 national champion, looking to defend that title this weekend here in Blenheim. There's Stu Marshall. Shadowed by the 19 who ducks down the inside. Can't get the pass. Tony Partridge applying the pressure to Marshall. Meanwhile, out in front, it is still Simon Hunter and Bradley Tyrrell going at it for 1 and 2. This will be the battle for third. Stu Marshall, Tony Partridge, Aaron Cunningham just in behind these two. Great change of direction there to one of the tighter corners on the track. Flick back to the right and onto the front straight to complete another lap. Again, Partridge pulls out of the draft, can't make the pass down through into turn number 1. Then the hard on the brakes to the right-hander, and there's the race leader already up at the hairpin. Simon Hunter, Tyrrell was just in behind. He's not too far away. There's about a second and a half in it. Oh, and a big clash here, 9 involved. Carlin Crossery from Christchurch. There's the yellows out on the racetrack. 46, Liam Kappelman from Wellington was in there as well. It's the rest of the field just acknowledging the yellows. No passing at this part of the racetrack to the scene of the incident. And Stewie Marshall's got his hands full here with Partridge and Aaron Cunningham closing. This is third, fourth and fifth. Cunningham started the final from grid position 8. That's a good comeback after a 19th qualifying effort at the beginning of the weekend. He's had a lot of success recently in the last year or so running in the Rotax heavy class. He's had some experience racing in Australia. One of the 3 Cunningham brothers, Wade, of course, former IPS champion up in the US. Mitch Cunningham's raced in the Toyota Racing Series this year and defended his CIK Championship trophy. Simon Hunter on his way to another win. This is the last lap, lap number 17, senior Yamaha heavy, and Hunter's going to make it 3 years consecutively with the yellow number 1 plate, driving the Techno chassis out of Christchurch. Techno chassis built in Italy, one of the top European brands. There's not too many of them running here in New Zealand, but Simon Hunter knows how to get it working as he wins another national championship. Down to the line, Hunter with the win. Tyrrell crosses the line second. Unfortunately, Tyrrell and Tony Partridge were excluded for technical infringement. So Hunter with the win, Stu Marshall second, and Aaron Cunningham third, and that's how they finished last year.
Simon, winner of Yamaha Heavy on the first day of the champs. You must be a very happy man.
Yeah, it's 3rd year in a row now, so yeah, we're over the moon. It's been a great, fantastic result for the weekend for us.